Yes. Yeah. Morning all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 10 plus years of experience in Python environment. My experience includes design, development, implementation of Python and Django based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes.
It is visible.
Fine. Thank you. So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics. So at the end of the session, I'll be giving time for your general queries. And starting with why Python. Python, already we have got many other programming languages. Why again Python required? And that too, Python is not a kind of technology that is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? Who can learn Python? Who can learn Python, right? Yes. Means anyone can update with Python. There are no prerequisites for Python. Python statements looks like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programmings, right? So I'll just show you, right, by taking it. I'll take a task in multiple programming languages. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages. You can compare how simple the Python statements as compared with other programmings, right? Lengthwise, coding wise, and complexity wise. You can check how simple the Python statement. How Python was built by taking the features. How Python was built by taking the features from many other programming languages. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python usage, Python features, Python usage, Python features, and the Python comparison with other programming lengthwise, complexity-wise, right? And reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. And this Python scope and job market. What is the current job market of Python and what is the scope of Python in the coming years? This is what I'm going to discuss, right? Why Python? Starting with why Python. Python is a general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming. Right. It has got multi-programming features. It is a general purpose programming. It has got multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programmings, all the features we are going to see in Python. See, general purpose means before Python, we have got some programming languages. Before Python, we have got some programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? These programming languages are purpose-based languages. These are purpose-based. They are used for a specific purpose. Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, and COBOL for business applications. They are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purposes. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming. Such a programming we call it as what? General purpose programming. So Python is such a kind of programming where any kind of applications can be developed, like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, networking applications, gaming applications, desktop applications. That's why we call Python as a general purpose programming and has got multi-programming features. What all the features we see in different other programming, all the features we see here in Python. It's a high level language. Python is a high level language. So there are two types of languages. Two types of languages. Two types of languages. First, low level languages. High level languages. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages. Example of low level languages like assembly level language, or machine level language. These are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. Machine dependent. See, they cannot be, not portable means they cannot be carried from one system to another, and machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. So they are not human understandable. They cannot, the code can't be carried from one system to other, and machine dependent. No, machine dependent can run on all the hardware, cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system. High level languages like Python. High level languages like Python. Human understandable. It's human understandable. Portable. Human understandable. They are portable and machine independent. Machine independent. Machine independent. They can run on all the hardware. Okay. But high level language like Python, they're easily understandable. They look like normal English statements. They are portable. They can be carried from one system to other, and machine independent. They can run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. Okay, fine. High interpreted language. Interpreted language means line by line execution we are going to see, which makes debugging easy, right? Here also we can see two categories of languages here. Compilation languages. We have got compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation and interpretation. Compilation and interpretation. Compilation, right? Like C language. Interpretation like C++, Java. Sorry, sorry. Compilation is C language, interpretation like Python. So C++ comes under compilation only. Java also it is compiled and interpreted, right? Interpretation is like Python. So here if you have got lines of code, if you have got some lines of code, right? If you have got some lines of code, it executes the entire code at once. It executes the entire code at once. But in Python, right? Statement by statement it executes. Statement by statement executes, which makes debugging easy. Okay, fine. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? So general purpose programming, and this Python has got multi-programming features because of which we call it as hybrid language, high-level language, easily understandable, portable, and machine independent. Interpreted language, line by line execution, user-friendly or programmer-friendly programming. Yes. Check it, right? Check now, right? Yes. And has got procedural oriented programming like C language, right? That's got features like object oriented programming. It has got the features of object oriented programming. It has got the features of object oriented programming like C++ and Java. Procedural oriented programming like C language, object oriented programming like C++, Java, scripting like shell script, and like a modular programming, right? Python has got. So as part of our course, I'm going to discuss procedural-oriented programming with Python, object-oriented programming with Python, scripting and modular programming with Python. Right. So there is no prerequisites for learning Python. So don't think like you need to have the knowledge on C or C++ or Java without any programming, right? We can update with Python. So if you talk about this object, if you talk about the two major programming languages which are used for enterprise applications creations, two major programming languages like Java and Python. Java and Python are the two major programming languages used for enterprise applications creations. But the Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming features. They're strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming features. But in Python, means in the case of Java, without object-oriented programming, you cannot write a single Java program or a application, compulsory object-oriented programming. But in Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. And Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries, right? And also modular programming. Because of this modular programming, Python has got great boom today. Nearly 89,300 modules Python is providing for different environments, right? 89,300 modules. Inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments. Whatever environment you are from, whether from networking or testing, data science or big data, for any, right, Python has got a module, thousands of modules is providing, right? So if we talk more on these modules, separate modules Python is providing, right? Yes, for data science environment. For data science, separate modules, nearly 10 to 15 modules Python is providing, right? And even for big data environment, separate modules Python is providing. For testing or test cases. And even for networking, right? Yes. Separate modules, not only separate modules, but separate framework only it is providing, right? Separate framework itself it is providing. Yes. For OS kind of activities, the name of the module itself is OS. And for each and every database, right? For Oracle, it is providing a separate module, Python to connect with Oracle database, right? CX underscore Oracle, CX underscore Oracle. And for to connect Python to connect with MySQL, right? It is providing a separate framework called PyMySQL, right? What is it? PyMySQL. And for SQL Server, right? For SQL Server, Python is providing a separate module for this SQL Server, PyODBC. PyODBC is the module for SQL Server. Using this, we can easily connect with the databases. And even for any file format, for Excel files, working with Excel files, just like writing Python code, I can create Excel workbook, Excel file, right? And write data into Excel and read data from Excel. And I can create Excel sheets by writing Python code only. I can create Excel sheets, and not only Excel files, the different other files like CSV, comma, separated values files, JSON files, JavaScript object notation, XML files, XML, JSON, CSV, PDF. Excel files, CSV files, JSON files, XML files, PDF files, right? Okay. And for mathematical operations, we have got math module. And for statistical operations, right? Yes. And for generating any types of graphs, right? Yes. Normal graph, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, any type of graph we can generate by using Python. It's very simple generating graphs using Python. So in this way, not only this, thousands of modules, like 89,300 modules Python has got for different environments. Just by using these modules, within the modules, we have got built-in functionalities using which we can perform these operations. Next, Python. So before you update with any technology, you need to know what kind of applications. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for creation of web applications. Lot of web applications are getting developed using Python. You may ask, from the last 20-25 years, right? Java and .NET are mostly preferred in developing web applications. Why again Python now, right? So Python at a rapid speed, it can develop web applications. So Python has got a framework like Django framework. Python has got a framework called Django framework. So it has got its own database like a Django framework. It has got its own database like SQLite. It has got its own application server, right? So at a rapid speed with very less code, it can develop a web application. So today Python mostly used in creation of web applications. Apart from that, it is also used in automation applications, right? Automation applications, lot of automation applications are getting developed, like using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, robotics, or DevOps environment. We talk about this IoT is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics, right? For exchanging data, for collecting data and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? So simply saying IoT is a physical network. So it is a electronic devices. IoT is what? Electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other. So in this IoT, even 90% of the coding in Python. Even for data or data science, right? Everything deals with the data. Data has got experience, data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clustering, recommendations, pattern matching, right? For all this, means it's a blend of techniques, right? For blend of techniques, the main technique what we see here is ML, machine learning, right? So machine learning, we have got many techniques like regression technique, classification techniques, clustering techniques, recommendation techniques, pattern matching techniques. So for all these techniques to implement, we require a language. We require a language. So Python is the mostly used programming for data science environment, data science, machine learning, deep learning environment, right? Yes. So Java is never preferred in implementing this data science MLDL, right? And even in DevOps environment, Python is one of the best scripting language for writing many automation scripts using Python. So apart from this, another major area where Python is mostly preferred, big data environment, right? Yes. Within this big data, right? Yes. So the data is stored like KBs of data, MBs of data, GBs of data, TBs, petabytes, right? Now data is generating in petabytes. For storing this huge data and processing this huge data, we have got some big data tools like Hadoop and Spark. Especially Spark is a very high-speed processing technology, right? Implemented using Python. We call it like PySpark. Spark with Python, we call it like PySpark. And for scientific applications, right, Python is providing a module called CP. CP is nothing but scientific Python. And for numerical analysis, right, we have got NumPy. And for graphical user interface or for animations, right? For graphical user interface or for animations. You have got modules like TK-Inter, PyQt are the modules. And for gaming or for game development, right, Python has got for developing a single user, multi-user online games, right? Python has got a separate framework called Pygame. One more framework given by Python like PyCora. One more framework given by Python called as PyCora. These are the frameworks given by Python for developing games in Python. One more like for 3D rendering games, for 3D libraries like PySoy, and for scheduling tasks. So Python is providing Airflow for it. And for testing or for test cases, Python is preferred. And also for business applications, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. One of the hottest application of Python like database application. Python can connect with any database, right? And for networking applications, right, Python has got separate framework given by Python, Twisted Python. Twisted Python, right? Yes. And for web scraping data, web scraping, right? Web scraping data from different websites, extracting data from different websites. For CAD or 3D CAD applications, right? computer designing, and for embedded applications, right? Python is one of the best choice for the embedded applications. The most famous embedded application like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation, right? For audio and video applications, for audio and video applications, for audio video applications, right? Yes. And also computer vision for face detection, color detection, object detection, right? Yes, Python is preferred. And for data analysis, robotics, for desktop applications, single user console applications, right? For desktop applications, single user console applications, this Python is preferred. So in this way, these are the in this way, many applications, Python has got many applications, any kind of applications we can create, right? Yes. Who are using Python today? Topmost applications. Topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications built using Python. Okay. So Google is one of the best example for Python web application. The Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was too difficult. It was rewritten in Python. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber. Uber pricing algorithm is implemented using Python and ML. Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram for choosing Python is Python practicality and its hybrid features. Even NASA using Python for its research and development activities. Some other applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, and the popular OTT platform like Netflix using Python. Netflix using Python for its security automation for subscription related things, right? Okay. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. And for Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. BitTorrent using Python. For hardware testing, companies like Seagate, Qualcomm, IBM, all this, they are using Python for hardware testing purpose. iRobot for military and commercial operations. Right. So in this way, Python is mostly used in different environments, right? So these are some of the examples, right, who are using Python today and topmost applications built using Python. And from the discussion what we had till now, reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Currently super popular, right? Yes. Most of the programmers, most of the developers or programmers are migrating towards Python because of its very less coding. Not only very less coding, simple syntaxes given by Python. They look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programmings. And one more important feature we got, like interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Go to the command prompt by typing CMD and just type Python. Python version gets opened. Python interpreter, can you see these three arrow symbols? Any valid Python statements you can type and check it. I'm asking what is 3 plus 5. I'm saying what is x is 10, y is 4, what is x, what is y, what is x plus y, what is x minus y, x into y, x by y, x pro division y, x into 2, x to the power of 2. Okay, x equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times. In this way, any valid Python statements you can type and check. It gives response here. Interactive mode. That is what interactive mode. This kind of interaction you cannot see in other programmings like Java, C. Multi-programming features. Interactive mode, and it has got multi-programming features, wide varieties of applications. Many built-in libraries. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got from different environments. So very less coding, simple syntaxes, interactive mode, multi-programming features, wide varieties of application, many built-in libraries. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environments. So yes. For example, okay, now I'll just open Chrome. I'll just open this Google and show you, right? The popular coding language, the popular coding language. Popular coding language. Can you check here? Some popular programming languages include Python, easy to read with many open source libraries for data science. So if you see that more searches for it. Most popular programming language. Python remains the most popular programming language. Can you check it here? Mostly used. Most popular programming languages used by top 25 unicorns. Most popular programming language, right? Python stands first. Python remains the most popular. Even you can check it here. What programming language should you learn? Python. Next comes Java, JavaScript. So you can see ranking wise, Python is number one ranked. Python is number one ranked. Next comes Java and the other program. Emerging programming languages by popularity, right? First Python, next comes Java, JavaScript. Hmm. Can you see a big graph you can see here? Mostly used programming language. Python 31%, Java 19%, remaining all 9, 8, 7 like. And even for average salaries and for job openings also, right? Ranking by average salary, Python stands first. Ranking by job openings, Python and SQL, right? Even you can check the jobs for Python jobs. Lot of jobs for Python, right? Lakhs of jobs for Python, right? Second, Python jobs you can say. Full stack Python developer jobs. 1,75,530 Python openings. 1,75,530 Python openings, right? Yes. Not only Python, right? Even if you check with if you update with the framework of Python like Django framework, it has also got a lot of jobs. Python Django jobs, right? 26,727 Django job vacancies in October, right? And what I'm going to discuss as part of this course, just check with this. From basic ground level to the advanced level, Python basics, applications, features, advantages, versions of Python, installations, flavors of Python, Python operations, Python modes of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, Python editors, IDs, data types, constants, variables, input output statements, type conversions, comments, right? Operators in Python, different types of operators, arithmetic, comparison, relational, logical, and IDs, different types of IDs, not on a single ID. I'll be showing you how to run the code in different IDs like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, VS Code. Okay. Flow control statements, basic Python, flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, collections in Python, list operations, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list modifications. Similarly, for tuple operations, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, functional programming, right? Different types of functions, argument types, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword. Lambda function, lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function, zip function. In this way, different types of functions. Modules in Python, modular programming in Python, right? How to import, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, right? Normal import, from import, package in Python, errors and exceptions, right? Error handling, different types of errors, file handling, reading data from a file, writing data to a file, different file operations, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static, destructors, constructors, regular expressions, right? How to extract data from the given data, database connectivity, Python connecting with the database, Python date and time module, operating system module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closers, decorators, GUI programming, TK Inter, right? And face Excel workbook, working with Excel files, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas module in brief, NumPy model in brief, Matplotlib model in brief, right? Yes. These are the three important libraries of Python: NumPy, Matplotlib, Pandas. Okay. Django framework, right? Django framework. People who go for Python full stack, right? Along with Python core and advanced, if you go on to full stack, Django framework, Django installations, its project architecture, project creation steps, applications creation like Django views, templates, admin models, advanced concepts, right? Yes. And you'll be given knowledge on this UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, apart with MySQL. So only for, okay, I'm also going to discuss one more framework for Python, right? That is Flask framework who go for full stack. For Python core and advanced, nearly will be spending 70 hours, right? 6,000 is the course fee. Python full stack, right? Totally we'll be spending around 140 hours. Totally 4.5 months it takes. 4 months, around 4 months it takes. So you'll be getting each and every session video. You'll be getting the soft copy of the class notes, assignments and tasks to work with. A WhatsApp group for technical discussion, right? It will be great, right? Any queries you have got, you can ask me. Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time at 8 a.m. using the same link to see more discussion on this. We'll be continuing from the where we have stopped. Any queries from your side, anyone, right? And let me make it clear about the timing of this batch. For the initial 1 week, it will be at 8 a.m. Later, it will be at 7 a.m. in the morning. Starts at 7 to 8. But the first 1 week, it will be at 8 o'clock, right? Any other queries, right? Anyone? Right. Tomorrow also you can attend same time using the same link to see more on this, right? So if I'm done with the queries, if there are no other queries, I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow. Right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you.